Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we'll be going over 13 critical mistakes that often lead to failing the driving test. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to support the channel. Let's start. Mistake number 1. Stop on the tracks.
Clear the tracks before crossing. Otherwise, do not cross until there is adequate space on the opposite side. Do not stop on the tracks.
You'll see two stop lines labeled number 1 and number 2. You should stop at both lines, but never stop on the tracks. Stopping on the tracks will result in an automatic fail. Never stop on the railroad tracks. Wait and do not begin proceeding if you do not have enough room to completely cross the tracks. If you are on the tracks, you risk injury or death. I'm stopped at the stop line, but the car behind me is stopped on the tracks. If you do that during the test, you'll fail immediately. Mistake number 2. Don't stop at stop sign. Come to a complete stop before reaching the crosswalk or limit line. The white pickup truck does not come to a complete stop at the stop sign. The white car does the same. Look at the car by the green arrow. It makes a complete stop at the stop sign, which is correct. Yet another mistake. The red arrow indicates a mistake, while the green arrow shows the correct action. If there's no limit line or crosswalk, stop before entering the intersection. Always check traffic in all directions before moving forward. Always ensure you come to a complete stop at the stop sign every time. To turn right at a stop sign, make a full stop before the limit line or crosswalk. Check for traffic and pedestrians in all directions. Use your right turn signal. If clear, make the turn smoothly into the correct lane. Next, two-way stop sign. If you're confused at a four-way stop sign, it could lead to a mistake and cause you to fail. When approaching a two-way stop sign, keep these cautions in mind. Cross traffic doesn't stop. Be aware that vehicles from the other direction may not stop, so wait for a clear gap before entering the intersection. Check both directions. Look carefully to the left and right for approaching vehicles, bicycles, or pedestrians. Yield to traffic. Yield to vehicles already in the intersection or those that have the right-of-way. Be mindful of speeding cars. Watch for cars approaching at high speeds, especially if visibility is limited. Always stop sign. Come to a full stop. Stop completely at the limit line, crosswalk, or before the intersection. Determine the order. The first vehicle to arrive has the right-of-way. If two vehicles arrive at the same time, the one on the right goes first. Yield to others. Yield to any vehicle that arrived before you or to cars on your right if you arrived at the same time. Check all directions. Look in all directions for other vehicles, cyclists, or pedestrians before proceeding. Proceed with caution. Once it's your turn, move forward carefully and smoothly. In this video, can you identify which car didn't come to a complete stop? Mistake number 3. Failing to stop for a school bus. These cars failed to stop for the school bus sign. When you see a school bus with its stop sign extended, stop completely. You must stop your vehicle, regardless of which direction you're coming from. Stay stopped. Remain stopped as long as the bus has its stop sign extended and the red lights are flashing. Do not proceed until the bus driver retracts the stop sign and turns off the lights. Wait for children. Watch for children crossing the road in front of or behind the bus. If you violate this, you could fail the test immediately. Mistake number 4. Failed to yield at the light. The white car failed to yield to the red Jeep at the green light, causing an accident. If you make this mistake during the test, you'll fail immediately. When driving at a green yield light, follow these steps. Approach carefully. Slow down as you approach the yield light. Check for oncoming traffic. Look for oncoming vehicles, pedestrians, and cyclists before proceeding. Yield to others. If there is oncoming traffic or pedestrians, allow them to pass before making your turn. Proceed safely. Once the way is clear, complete your turn or move forward cautiously. The pickup truck in front of me is turning left at the green light. We need to wait for it to finish the turn, then check for traffic to make sure it's clear before we turn. Avoid stopping in the middle of the intersection, as this could cause congestion when the light turns red. Failing to yield on a green light during a left turn is a common mistake in driving tests. You will fail if you cause traffic congestion or if you're still in the middle of the intersection when the light turns red. Now we see the car making a left turn at the green light. Make sure to do it right during the driving test. Stay calm and confident. At the left turn yield on green sign, you can see the black car carefully waiting for the traffic to clear before proceeding with its left turn. This is the correct approach, as the driver needs to ensure the intersection is safe before completing the turn. By waiting for a clear path, the driver avoids potential accidents or traffic violations. The driver makes a smooth left turn once the traffic clears, demonstrating proper control and timing. Mistake number 5. Failed stop at a yellow light. Failing to stop at a yellow light can be one of the reasons for losing points or failing a driving test because yellow lights are a signal to slow down and prepare to stop unless it's unsafe to do so. If the light turns red while you're in the intersection, it could be seen as running a red light, which is why it's marked as a mistake during the driving test. Technically, if you're already in the intersection when the light changes to red, you're allowed to proceed and clear the intersection, but you should avoid entering the intersection during a yellow light unless it's unsafe to stop, like if you're too close to stop safely without causing a sudden stop or accident. Examiners often look for safe and cautious driving, so they might view rushing through a yellow light as dangerous behavior. The key is to slow down when you see a yellow light unless you're already too close to stop safely. Changing lanes incorrectly during a driving test can lead to point deductions or even failing the test because it's considered a safety issue. Here are some common mistakes people make when changing lanes and tips on how to avoid them. Common mistakes when changing lanes. Not checking blind spots. One of the biggest reasons for errors is not checking the blind spots before changing lanes. Simply using your mirrors is not enough, as there could be cars or motorcycles in your blind spot. Not using turn signals. Failing to use turn signals or using them too late can confuse other drivers and cause dangerous situations. Changing lanes too quickly. Making a sudden lane change without gradually moving over can surprise other drivers and is seen as reckless driving. Cutting off another vehicle. Moving into a lane without enough space between your car and the car behind you can result in an unsafe lane change. Changing lanes at intersections. It's usually not safe or legal to change lanes in the middle of an intersection. Doing so can be marked as an error during the test. How to change lanes properly. Check your mirrors. Before you even think about changing lanes, check your rear view and side mirrors to assess the traffic around you. Use your turn signal. Signal early, 3 to 5 seconds before you change lanes, so that other drivers know your intentions. Check your blind spot. Look over your shoulder to ensure no vehicles are in your blind spot. This is critical, and examiners always check if you do this. Change lanes gradually. Move smoothly into the lane without making sharp, sudden movements. Make sure you're not cutting off another driver. Adjust your speed. Match the speed of the lane you are moving into, but don't speed up or slow down suddenly. Stay calm. Take your time. If the opportunity to change lanes doesn't feel right, it's better to wait until it's safe. Mistake number 7. Merge lane incorrectly. When you see this sign, it indicates that you will need to merge into another lane. You should also pay attention to the arrow marked on the road. Common mistakes when merging lanes include not checking blind spots. Failing to look over your shoulder can cause you to miss vehicles in your blind spot, leading to dangerous merges. Forgetting to signal. Not using turn signals can confuse other drivers and increase the risk of accidents. Ignoring road signs. Missing important signs like merge ahead or lane ends can lead to rushed or unsafe merges. Always check signs early to prepare for merging in time. Merging too slowly or quickly, not matching the speed of the traffic in the lane you're merging into, can disrupt the flow of traffic or cause collisions. Forcing the merge. Trying to merge without leaving enough space between cars can result in cutting off other drivers. Merging at the last minute. Waiting too long to merge when lanes are ending can lead to panic and unsafe movements. Mistake number 8. Make a turn incorrectly. To make a right turn at an intersection correctly. Signal. Use your right turn signal. Move to the right lane. Check for signs. Ensure no turn on red signs. Stop. Come to a full stop if there's a red light or stop sign. Look. Check for pedestrians and traffic. Turn. Turn into the rightmost lane when safe. When I reach the intersection, I come to a complete stop, check for traffic and pedestrians, yield to any pedestrians, and then make a right turn. If there are 2 left turn lanes and you're in the second lane from the left, but you switch to the first left lane while turning, you will fail the driving test. This is considered dangerous and could lead to an accident. While making the turn, stay in the lane you started in. When I turn left with 2 left turn lanes, I choose the correct lane based on my needs. If I want to stay in lane 1, the leftmost lane, after the turn, I use the inner left turn lane. If I need to move right, I choose lane 2, the outer left turn lane. Mistake number 10. No turn on red. If you turn right at a red light where there's a no turn on red sign, it's an immediate failure, similar to running a stop sign or red light. Be cautious when you see a no turn on red sign and always follow the rule. There are often multiple no turn on red signs at intersections to warn you, so be sure to watch for these signs to avoid making a mistake. There is also a no turn on red sign located at the traffic light. Mistake number 11. Speeding at school zone. Speeding in a school zone is a common driving test mistake that can lead to an automatic failure. Always follow the 25 miles per hour limit in school zones when signs or flashing lights indicate it's active, even if no children are visible. Failing to do so shows a lack of awareness and can be dangerous, making it crucial to stay cautious and responsible in these areas during your test. Mistake number 12. Incorrectly backing up. When the examiner instructs you to pull over and back up, hitting another car or the curb while reversing will result in an immediate failure of the driving test due to lack of observation and reckless driving. To back up during a driving test, check surroundings, look through mirrors, blind spots, and over your shoulder. Signal if needed. Reverse slowly. Keep the car steady and controlled. Constantly observe. Watch for obstacles and avoid hitting the curb or other cars. Mistake number 13. Not yield to the pedestrians. Failing to yield to pedestrians during a driving test is a serious error that can lead to an immediate failure. Pedestrians always have the right of way at crosswalks, and ignoring them puts lives at risk. It also shows a lack of awareness and responsibility. Always stay alert and prioritize pedestrian safety. When making a turn and you see a pedestrian crossing, you must wait until the pedestrian has completely crossed your lane and is safely out of the way. In some cases, it's best to wait until they have fully crossed the entire street, especially if you're unsure. Always prioritize the pedestrian's safety and only proceed when it's clear and safe to do so. We've covered 13 critical mistakes that can lead to an immediate failure on the driving test. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to the channel. Thank you, and best of luck.